Oh, turned it into a full-fledged restaurant. See that? That's, tell you, about 30 in. I think I'm 30 in. Let me double check, make sure it's actually connected. Facebook is kind of my buffer. That tells me if I'm going through at least on the first level, then YouTube tells me on the next. So the half space is decent. Ah, that's crazy. It's a place called the Grotto in here in Ann Arbor, and I always knew it as a social club. I don't know who it was really made for. I don't believe it was. I don't believe it was made for black folks. Might have been made for some people of color, but I don't believe. I don't know what the Grotto. I don't know what Grotto means. But there's a cat that's had a food truck outside of there, and now they done moved it all the way inside. Like he's doing business inside the Grotto now. And I think for some reason I got some food from the Grotto before. Like I might have went there with somebody years ago, but I don't really remember the experience or even sitting inside. But and it could have been after a football game. We might have not went in, but yeah, he had a food truck, and now he's a full-fledged restaurant inside. So he worked out some kind of deal with the Grotto, and he's now doing his thing from the inside. See, that's the way Caucasians do it. They figure out a way to get the money, and it don't matter who's the man. See, the Grotto wasn't making no money because they couldn't have no social gatherings. So they had to do something with their space. He wasn't making no money with his food truck. He got his food truck to the Grotto, was doing it right out in front. Now he's there. Yeah. Okay. But everybody want to be the man. He the man, who the man, what a man. Want to be the man working for everybody else. Yeah. Motherfuckers got together. He probably didn't even know them people before that. Maybe he did, but he never had the food truck out there before the pandemic. It don't matter. It don't matter. I'm talking to myself on a lot of these issues. Hell, I'm talking to myself on my videos a lot of times. It is what it is. When the family tips in, I appreciate it. When not, I'm going to say what I'm going to say no matter what. And before I really talk about, because I got some local shit I want to talk about, it's locally angled. It's in Ann Arbor. It's in Ypsilanti. I seen it today in Detroit. Gentrification is in full swing. Obviously, in the areas that were basically predominantly black areas. We haven't had too many predominantly black areas, total areas in Ann Arbor. There's been some neighborhoods where there's been a lot of black families, but you got to keep in mind, we've never been really more than 10% of this population here. So we are what we are. When you go to Detroit, a town that's 70% black, 80% black, it was, I believe. I'm not sure exactly what it really stands at now. I don't know what the official stats say Detroit is now, but I would still have to say it's predominantly black. But there's a ton of gentrified areas. So I want to talk quickly about that. Um, but emasculated celebrities they're really out. They're really out now. Emasculated celebrities are killing us. And I started with talking about Terry Crews a couple clips ago, got a little bit distracted. I think my signal was jacked up. And by the time I got back on course, I never really got back to Terry. Now, Terry, as we know, and I know everybody likes to know whether my post is locally angled or not, Terry is from Flint, Michigan. So if that helps you out or not that this is locally angled, yes, Terry is from Flint, Michigan. I will be talking about Ypsilanti and I will be talking about Ann Arbor, Detroit pretty soon, but Terry is from from Flint, okay? And with Terry being from Flint, you would think he would have just a little bit more depth about himself. But Terry ain't got no depth about himself. Terry has lost all of his depth. And even though he's still blacker than a motherfucker, he has lost all of his depth. He's come out now and said, you know, why can't his kids say they're white? Now, you look at Terry Crews, you know, Terry blacker than a motherfucker. I'm not even sure why we're having this discussion, but since we're here, we're going to do it, okay? Terry wants to know why his kids can't say they're white. Now, Terry's black, and Terry's wife is black. She's biracial, I believe. She's very, very fair-skinned. I don't know her true lineage, but I believe she's part Caucasian. Because Terry said one of his kids' grandfathers is white. And I'm having a feeling that it's probably not Terry's, seeing that Terry is blacker than a motherfucker. So like I said, while we're having this discussion, I don't know why. But since we are, we are. So Terry has said, why can't my kids say they're white? One of their grandfathers is white. Some of you might not have a problem with this at all. Some of you might not have any issue with this at all. And I get it. I get it. And then there's going to be some that's just, you know, y'all already done called him all kind of names on social media, this, that, and the other. And you're still calling him names. But see, I'm not going to call him names. I'm going to call him Terry Crews. You know, his mama and daddy's names was Crews. I'm going to call him Crews. I've called him so many other things so many times. I don't need to do that anymore. But I'm going to call him Terry Crews. Because the least I can do is keep his name what he is, seeing that he doesn't want to keep his kids' color what it is. He's given his black kids permission to call themselves white because one of their grandfathers is white. He doesn't mind if they call themselves white because one of their grandfathers is white. And I'm not sure exactly what Terry Crews' family thinks about this, if any of them still do reside in Flint, Michigan. Hopefully not. Hopefully Terry's made enough bread to get his people up out of that tainted city. Not tainted because of the city, but tainted because of the water. And if they're drinking the water and they're bathing in the water and they're cooking with the water, they're tainted. So hopefully Terry has moved all of the Crews family up out of Flint, Michigan. And hopefully they living by their white grandfather. Now, it'd be different if Terry Crews' wife said this shit. It'd be different. Terry Crews' wife, part white. She'd probably try to justify her biracialness. But it's Terry Crews. It's Terry Crews. Black Terry Crews. He said it. Why can't his kids say they're white? Because one of their grandfathers is white. He's not saying, why can't my kids say they're all black? Because that's what they're classified as in America. I know they want to say they're biracial. I know they want to say they're mixed. I know they want to say they're people of color, and they might even want to say they're minorities. But fact remains, America sees them as black. But Terry, he's lobbying for his kids to be able to say his kids are white. There's a problem with that. Fundamentally, there's a problem with that. And I've already said, because Terry's blacker than a motherfucker. Brother B. Trent. Look, Sister Shannon, you know, me and you, we really fuck with each other. Did you just say transracial? Don't get unfriended, Sister Shannon. Don't get unfriended. Transracial? Come on, man. Come on, man. He actually used that term, transracial? All right, fuck it. Y'all done sat up here and fucked up my mood altogether. Let me find my goddamn lighter. What? Transracial. And B done co-signed it. God damn it, B. Go lift some weights, brother. Go lift some weights. You know you done made me hot tonight. Transracial. I ain't even heard of it before. Didn't even know it existed. That's what he's trying to classify him as. He's trying to dolazol him. He's trying to dolazol. See, this is what happens. I mean, you got the money now, T. You got your bag. Your kids can be whoever they want to be now. You got the bag. You ain't got to pass. He not only wants them to pass, he wants them to actually say it. Stop saying you're black. You can be transracial. And if you want to say you white, say you white. One of your granddaddies is white. This is a black man. This is a black father. And motherfuckers like Umar Johnson out here worried about whether somebody's married to a black woman or white woman. Terry Crews is married to a black woman, Umar. How about that? How about that? Every black man got to marry a black woman. How about that? The next one here, he married to a black woman too. Former NBA star, NBA champion, NBA. Did he win the league MVP? I don't know if he did or not. Don't get me off on a rant because I don't know if he ever won the MVP or not. He came in that cluster of talented dudes where he may have not won he might have been a finals MVP, but I don't think he won the MVP. I don't remember it. Even if I did, I'm forgetting it now because all his accolades to me are down the drain as far as I'm concerned. Dwayne Wade's done so much fucking damage to his reputation with me, I can't fuck with him. Now it's all the way over. I was done with him before, but this here, setting the precedence with this, he's gonna break up a lot of homes. Dwayne Wade's getting a lot of motherfuckers ready for the summer to be single by fall. Talking about he don't lead in his marriage. Gabrielle leads in his marriage. Are you fucking kidding me? You don't lead in your marriage, brother? I mean, we've seen you with the kilts. We've seen you with the skirts. We've seen you with the things that you said it was a robe. Looked like a dress. Looked like a house coat, as the old ladies used to call them. You looked like you was wearing a house coat. The knee-high boots and all that shit. Now you saying you don't lead in your marriage. Your wife leads. Now, I've always thought that Gabrielle pitched and Dwayne caught, but I don't know. Now he's saying she leads. So now we're going deeper than pitching and catching. She's dictating out there. He's a submissive. Besides being emasculated, he's a submissive. Jeez. I don't lead in my marriage. Well, dog, what do you do? If you don't lead in your marriage, what do you do? So, whatever. But yeah, you know, since I got a horrible signal. So I'm probably not audible. Says I got a poor signal. Don't know when it's gonna come back, but I'm gonna keep talking just in case. Sound is still good. Okay. So maybe I just rode through it and hit it again. Crab House got a few more people there tonight. I still haven't heard about any violence over there yet. I just really want to know what the uproar is with black folks and crab legs. When black folks and crab legs get around each other nowadays, there tends to be some violence. That place really ain't got on jam yet. At least I ain't seen it. But that first night when the cars are pulling in there real slow, hanging out after eating and all that, that's when there'll be some violence. Guaranteed. And the jail is a mile down the road, and I guarantee you they won't catch whoever fucks up on that spot. Guaranteed. I was in Detroit today, and I really traveled back. Actually, I tried to travel back on 8 miles looking for a bathroom. So I traveled all the way through Livonia, out of the city. Then I came back through Ypsilanti and Ann Arbor, and I went around to a few areas where were densely populated with black folks, back in the day. Not predominantly, because neither one of the cities has a predominant black population. We might just have some areas where we dominate, but we don't have dominance in either city. But Detroit does. And I was thinking about gentrification from a standpoint of when people start to see white people and other people of color move into an area that was known to be more so a black neighborhood, people get a little leery, a little weary, a little upset. And then they start doing things around the area. They start cleaning up, the areas and the parks and stuff like that. It's almost like they're cleaning up because they mama home and they daddy home. Now, all this shit wasn't going on beforehand, but when the white folks and everybody else start moving in, everybody wants to start getting all civic-minded and shit. Some weird shit. But I also know, too, it's not just the citizens of these neighborhoods. Just like a couple weeks ago, we did a video over there on Wired Boulevard. Wired Road, as the Superior Township called it. He called it Wired Road, even though it clearly says Wired Boulevard. And he was berating the Wired Boulevard citizens about the trash, even though the trash wasn't being created by the residents. It was being created more so by the passersby. But he wanted to make sure that the niggas cleaned that shit up because some white people was about to move in to the new subdivision around the corner. And we can't have that. We don't want the whites coming in here thinking that we just litter and do all kinds. So he sent a letter out. Well, he didn't send it out. They put the motherfucker on each person's door, just in that little strip of houses. Predominantly black people, predominant renters. It ain't their fucking job to clean up the shit anyway. If they're a renter, let the people who own the house clean it up. How about let the township clean it up? Because that's their fucking job, because it's on the township property, not these people's private property or these people's rented property. So how about the township clean that shit up? See, and then nobody knows who littered. Don't be trying to force the residents to clean up somebody else's trash. Hell, you got a golf course right on the other side of the fence where I saw a lot of trash. Do you fuck with the golf course people? No, you just gonna fuck with the people who usually don't have a voice, and that's why we did the goddamn video over in that neighborhood. So it was what it was. But I've been watching all these people, do these cleanup projects and, doing all this stuff, and they painting park benches and painting benches at bus stops. They was doing that today in Detroit. They was painting bus stop benches and stuff and cleaning up trash and everything. And this is an area that I know is totally gentrified. The one thing that I don't see is the white neighbors who move into these communities, who move into these black neighborhoods or formerly black neighborhoods. I don't see them out cleaning up shit. I just see the black people who still live in the neighborhood cleaning up shit. I just see the citizens cleaning up shit. The occupants ain't cleaning up shit. The residents ain't cleaning up shit. It's the citizens. It's the one that's been there 20, 30, 40 years. They the one that's cleaning up the shit. How come y'all don't go knock on your new white neighbor's door and your new people of color neighbor's door and say, hey, we got a cleanup project happening. We need you to come out here. We got bags, we got gloves, we got brooms, we got mops, we got dustpans, we got paint, we got brushes, we got everything. We just need our new neighbors to come out. Welcome to the neighborhood. We helping to beautify the neighborhood. And since you're a part of the neighborhood, come on out. How come y'all don't go to y'all white neighbors' doors? How come it's only the black people that still remain in these neighborhoods killing it? That's all I want to know. That's all I need to know. Are y'all scared of the white people? Y'all scared of the people that's moving into your neighborhoods, buying up your houses? Buying up your mama's houses, buying up your grandma's houses, buying up your aunties and your uncle's houses? All them houses y'all slung dope out of, and you never bought one? Why won't you talk to these people? They're your new neighbors. Y'all black. Take a pound cake over. Take a German chocolate cake over. And don't go get nothing store-bought. They want some of them good black baked goods. Bake a cake. Bake some cookies. Take it over to your new neighbors and say, come on. We going down here to clean up the basketball court. We gonna get all the tumbleweeds out of the crack and everything. Fill the crack in. Put some nets up on the rim. Come on. Because you know what they do in your neighborhood? They come down and their kids go ride their scooters on those basketball courts that don't have rims and nets no more. That's got tumbleweeds. They take their kids down, they walk their kids down to the park. And they let their kids play on that little asphalt. And then they walk their ass back home. They don't give a fuck about no beautification. They got a great deal on that house. That's what they cared about. They got a great deal on their starter home. And they're going to stay in that bitch till that bitch bubble. And then they're going to go buy a bigger house. And you know what they're going to do with that house? They may rent it out. They may rent it out to one of y'all. Or they'll sell it and flip it. But my question is, if you gentrified and you know you gentrified, don't be sad about it. Be glad about it. Now you got more people to help you work. Because see, when it breaks down to everything, it ain't your community no more. So what you cleaning it up for? The city didn't care to clean up your community. The township didn't care to clean up your community. But you out there cleaning it up. It's been gentrified, and you won't even go ask your white neighbors to help y'all clean it up. How come you won't do that? They'd probably be happy to come out and help you clean it up. I'm trying to give y'all some ideas. I'm just going by what I see. And I'm sure it's happening all over the place. It just ain't in Ipsy, Ann Arbor, Detroit, Inkster. It ain't in any of these areas that I know. It's in areas all across the country. But when I see people, you get your little community gardens and shit. You got your community gardens. You've had that community garden for 30 years. You know what you do? You get you a basket of some shit, take it over to your new neighbor's house and say, hey, we got a community garden down the street. We water on these days. We pull on these days. Come on down. It's a community garden. You're part of the community. Come on down and get your harvest. But you can't get your harvest if we can't get your labor. And I tell you what, the first neighbor to turn you down, you put them on blast. You ain't got to be out here doing shit wrong to them. You ain't got to do shit wrong to them. Just let everybody else know. They don't fuck with us. They say they good with it. They good with just coming and going. Because see, they going to paint themselves into a corner. When you get turned down and they won't work with you, they going to paint themselves into a corner. And then they're going to be known as that only neighbor that don't nobody fuck with. It's okay. There'll be a few of them. But for the most part, your new neighbors probably will come out and work with y'all. And paint your park benches. And paint your bus stop benches. Erase all that graffiti off your walls. They'll help you out. But you got to ask them. But you don't ask them because you're scared. Because you're barely holding on to the little real estate that you got. And most of you rent. Yeah. I'm just going by what I see. Because I can't condemn people trying to better their area, trying to better their neighborhoods. But you need better ideology out here. You trying to do it all by yourself? You hoping for the help of the municipality? You hoping for the help of the city? If they cared, your shit would have never got like that in the first place. But the only reason they coming around now is because you do have white neighbors. You do have people of colored neighbors. When you was just black, you couldn't find them motherfuckers. They didn't come over there. But now you've been invaded. Now you've been invaded. Now your territory has been conquered. Where you might have been 80-20, 90-10, it's 50-50. It's 40-60. On its way to 30-70. And when it's 80-20 or 20-80, B1, when it's 20-80, you on life support. All somebody got to do is die this week, die next month. Now you're down, I don't know, 18 and a half. Let some shit like COVID rip through this bitch again. You might get down to 1090. It is what it is. Oh, that was on video? Damn, that was on video? I gotta see that. I didn't know that was on video. Well, what time is it? Shit, don't let me miss this story. Okay, I gotta get my ass inside. A teenager said she broke both her fucking phone cords. I don't even know how that's humanly possible, and I will adequately grill her when I see her. But she requested the motherfucking cords, so I gotta go in here and get them and drop them off. Cause I can't have her iPad and her iPhone and her MacBook all go dead. Then she can say she can't do her schoolwork. So I just need people to understand that we can try to do all we can on our own. But the only way this really, really works, and we're going to get back to the root of talking about repair. We're getting too far off. I'm going to try to get in a couple calls tomorrow. Not one, but a couple. They're going to be talking to some council people on the Elder Riddle's radio show. And I want to talk about reparations. I really want to talk to some political people, black political people, about reparations locally. How do we get it started on a local angle to take it to a federal angle? Because we scattered out here. And I want to hear some full-throatedness. I don't want to hear none of this milquetoast shit and talking about HR 40. Fuck HR 40. I need to talk about reparations. And they said they're going to talk about reparations. They didn't say nothing about HR 40 in that heading. So I've already said, I'm setting my alert to make sure I'm tuned in. Gabrielle was being interviewed when he said that about... Yeah, man. But yeah, we got to get back to talking about repair as a collective. We got to get collective. I see some bridging. I see some people coming together that weren't fucking with each other a few months ago. So that's a good thing. And we just need to see more, because the street level is really where it's going to be. Because there's enough street level people with political fare that are going to help us out. What's going on there? They do more little drug deals in this parking lot. And it'd be all white folks. I just watched a little episode of something online, little MSNBC clip about opiates. They did a whole story in West Virginia about opiates, and it was all white. How they getting help, going through the program, falling off, getting help, going through the program, falling off, getting help, going through the program. So I understand that. But see, back in the day when it was black people in crack, we just went to prison. Or they killed us. Now, you can go to rehab like 4 or 5 times a year. You can. It's the way it works. Please tell me that's not skin. Oh my God. Okay. See, this weather done hit too early and people are out here wearing shit they shouldn't be wearing. She's wearing. Okay, fuck it. Let me hurry up and get the fuck up out of here. We ain't got shit. We ain't got a motherfucking thing. 1 year and black people need to go pro-black. Stop chasing behind these white folks that don't like you. Thank you. Thank you. It was less than 30 days. They got that AAPI bill passed less than 30 days. I'm like, how'd they get that bitch drafted and proofread and passed through and stamped in less than 30? We've got lynching bills been on the table since the 1800s. Man. Tell me we got the wrong black politicians. And we got the wrong white politicians who say they fuck with us. You know, the white politicians that get the black votes out here, they really not ours either. They say that slick shit to try to get us to vote for them, and then once they get in there, then they get to talking that all lives matter shit. We don't get this right this time, man. I'm trying to tell you, we about to be fucked up. Let me get in here and get this goddamn phone cords, or I'm about to be fucked up. And I told her she'd have to wait a few hours. Yeah, man. So, being emasculated is bad enough. But when you are a person of influence, like a Terry Crews, like a Dwayne Wade, I mean, I'm not of that old cancel culture shit. I don't give a fuck what they really, really, really do. I just need them to stop being so goddamn public with their emasculation. That shit carries over. Knowledge. All the way from Lynchburg City, my brother. Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you, everybody in here tonight. You Lynchburg, West Virginia, right? I just watched something on West Virginia. The fact that your city is called Lynchburg kind of throws us right behind the 8 ball on that one. Lynchburg. But yeah, man. And fuck with your neighbors, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, fuck with your neighbors. You got new white neighbors that just got into town. A lot of them didn't live in your area. They knew the town. They knew the whole area. So bring them in nicely. Get together and give them like 7 days of gifts, you know? Give them like 7 days of some shit, you know? One have a old brother, come in, go to like Ollie's and shit. Get them a water hose. Get them 100-foot water hose. That's $20. Here's a new garden hose and shit. A couple sprinkler nozzles and shit. New homeowners, welcome them to the shit. Give them some food and shit. Welcome. Somebody makes some good fried chicken in the neighborhood. Take them over a pan of fried chicken. White folks love fried chicken. If they look like they health conscious, tell them it was broasted. Fuck it. Yeah, Lynchburg's got a negative connotation. I can see it. But yeah, I'm going to get on up out of here. Because you can only say so much to so many. And that's why I'm trying to hit from a talk. They told me, they're like, your posts aren't always really local, but you're local and you're talking. I'm like, look, if you need me to mention the city that I post in, okay. So I got a few moderators that I have to do that with now. I got a couple that I got to put profanity disclaimers on. It is what it is. I'm not lessening the content. You need me to fuck with my caption? Okay. But I'm not stopping what the fuck I do. But I appreciate y'all coming through here. Found out in my studies that John Lynch, the founder of Lynchburg, is the nephew of Willie. All right, bye. Okay, goddamn. Wow. The nephew. Okay. Our history is just so fucked up out here. It's just fucked up. Y'all be good. I'll holler at you on the next one. Don't know where it's gonna be. Yes, sir. I mean, Willie Lynch's nephew? God damn. His daddy is Willie Lynch's brother. Fuck. Y'all be good out here.